Welcome back to the 24/7 Sports Channel. I am Travis Branham, a national recruiting analyst here at 24/7 Sports. And today we have another big commitment coming your way as Jordan Scott, the number 52 overall recruit in the country, will be joining us to reveal his college decision. Jordan is a 6'7" wing out of Reston, Virginia in South Lakes High School. He has been one of the best long-term prospects in the country that has proven to be a versatile two-way option. He plays the right way, always looking to make the right play on the court, can play the game inside and out, and his best basketball is still ahead of him. Throughout this process, he has been recruited by some of the biggest schools in the country, but is now down to just 3 programs: Maryland, Michigan State, and Virginia Tech. So where will Jordan Scott be headed? Let's bring him in to get the decision. Jordan, welcome in to the show. How you feeling, buddy?
Feeling great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait to hear where you will be headed. But before we get there, again, this has been a long process. You've been recruited by some of the biggest schools in the country. What is it about your game, in your own opinion, that you think caught their eye and drew their interest?
Yeah, I think just playing the right way. I've had a great upbringing, obviously, by my family, both my parents playing basketball, and I've had great coaches that really guided me and teach me how to play the right way. And I think that's what a lot of college coaches like to see.
How was this recruiting process for you, having your phone ringing by dozens of schools, ultimately narrowing it down to 3 and getting it down to this just one?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had a great support cast. With all the schools, calling over the recruiting process, it's been a little bit of a hassle, but having a lot of people, helping guide me with my mom, obviously being a recruiter herself and going through it, and my sister also going through it is a little bit easier.
So as you're going on these official visits and everything, what were some of the things that you were looking for in a program?
Yeah, just looking at their team, obviously, like during their practices. Obviously, with the transfer portal, you don't really know who's going to be here and for the next few years, but seeing how their coaches operate their practices and how the players respond to their coaches as well.
All right, Jordan, I know you're anxious to reveal where you'll be headed to play college basketball, but you didn't get to this place all by yourself. You've had a team of people helping you all along the way, so I want to give you the opportunity here to thank and acknowledge all those people that have helped you in this journey.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here. Obviously, I have some coaches, some family, and a lot of friends here. Thank you to the coaches from my AAU team, Coach Bryant, Coach Darnell, and Coach Thomas, and obviously my current South Lakes boys basketball staff, Cincy, Coach Burns, Damon, Jay Lee, Max, Shane, and Coach Dez. I wouldn't be here without you guys, always teaching me how to play basketball, always pushing me through practice and everything. I really appreciate it. Also to my teammates, helping push me through practice and everything. I wouldn't be here without you guys either, always keeping it competitive. I really appreciate you guys. And obviously, last but not least, my family. You guys were the first people to teach me how to play basketball, and obviously wouldn't be here without you guys. And all the late nights, driving me everywhere to the AAU tournaments, late practices, early mornings, it's all because of you guys. So thank you. And the decision obviously wasn't easy, came down to 3 schools, but I've decided I'm going to continue my academic and collegiate career at Michigan State University.
I know Tom Izzo and the Spartans are celebrating right now. Congratulations, Jordan. Why did you pick Michigan State?
I think, obviously, you said it first, Tom Izzo, legendary coach. He's built a great foundation over the past 30 years, and I definitely want to be a part of that program.
What was his pitch to you? What was his vision and how you can come into that program and make an impact not only in year 1, but in the years ahead?
I think he trusts me over the past few years that he's been recruiting me. He's obviously looking for a tall wing that can stretch the floor, and I think he sees that in me. He also sees that I can play the right way and play the Michigan State way.
As you get in on campus, in your own eyes, how do you envision yourself going in and making that impact?
Yeah, definitely just working my tail off, obviously. Never going to take any days off in college. Obviously, playing in the Big Ten, it's a growing conference, and there's a lot of competitive people, and every game's going to feel like a NCAA tournament game.
Awesome. Well, Jordan, congratulations again, man, and thank you so much for joining us to make this announcement. And we are very anxious to see not only this season unfold for you and how you develop and evolve, but also how you evolve and how your career unfolds at Michigan State.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on here.
There you have it. Michigan State lands Jordan Scott, the number 52 overall prospect in the country. So for more on this decision and what it means, let's bring in our director of basketball, Eric Bossy. Bossy, it's big news up in Michigan State. What, in your own eyes, how big of a land is this for the Spartans?
Well, I think you've known this for quite some time since I first saw Jordan a couple summers ago at the Crossroads Elite Underclass Camp. I think it's a big pickup. Maybe not as much immediately, but we're talking, and he's got to be good as a freshman, don't get me wrong, but we're talking long-term upside and positional size and all the things you need to translate up, potentially a couple levels. We're talking about a really good player here. The shooting is undeniable. He shot nearly 36% from three in the UAA circuit, which is a really big number on the high school level. Any high school shooter who's over 35% from three is doing really, really well, especially because of the quality of shots that they sometimes don't take. But he can get to the mid-range. He's got length. But if you look at him on Synergy, any shooting category, whether it's catch and shoot, guarded, mid-range, deep, he's all above average to excellent on everything. And that's going to translate. Now as he adds strength and gets a little bouncier as an athlete, he's going to become much more versatile. But if anything, man, he's a guy that when future Michigan State point guards get in the lane, they know there's a big, long wing who can knock down shots for him. And that is worth a lot. Yeah,
I mean, I know you feel the same as me, but he is personally one of my favorite long-term prospects in this class. So in your own eyes, 2, maybe 3 years down the road, what kind of player can he become?
I think he can become a guy who's on the NBA radar as a potential draft pick. That type of, we talk about 3-and-D guys. He's kind of the prototype for a 3-and-D. He's an outstanding corner jump shooter. He stretches the floor. He can finish lobs in transition. He moves really, really well in space. He can switch and recover defensively. And with that size, he can probably end up defending anywhere from the 2 through the 4 on the college level. So there's a lot of positional versatility, a lot of size. And this is a guy who can, be a contributor early and turn into a starter and a very reliable jump shooter who I think ultimately has potential NBA upside.
All right. Well, before I let you go, we got to get a little bit more recruiting intel here. He is the first commitment for Michigan State in this 2025 class. Where do they go from here, Bossy?
Well, we just saw them come into the top 4 with 2 pretty big-time prospects with Cam Ward, a 6'8" combo forward out of the D.C., Maryland area, and they've also been in the top 4 with Nico Bundalo. Both guys, a 6'10" power forward from Ohio, was out in California this year. Both of those guys have been on campus, have been targets for a long time. I think Ward in particular is one to keep a really close eye on. There's been a lot of positive buzz between him and Michigan State, and he fits the mold of a Tom Izzo kind of inside-outside guy. They seem to have a factory of those 4-3 combos who are tough with some offensive game up there in East Lansing.
Awesome. Well, Bossy, thank you so much for joining us. And to you fans, thank you for tuning in. And again, Michigan State, big day for them as they land Jordan Scott, one of the best long-term prospects in the class, 6'7" wing that can do a little bit of it all. So until next time, be sure to head over to 247sports.com for all of the latest intel and recruiting coverage. And we will have many more of these commitments coming your way. We'll see you guys next time.